Hey everybody, what is up? My name's Mackenzie.
And I'm Jonathan.
We are husband and wife, and we'd like to welcome you to TerreDice.
And today we're going to be talking about the party game that you are probably going to buy in the next 5 minutes. And that is, That's Not a Hat.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Every time we've played this with someone has bought it, or multiple people bought it while we've been sitting there, or as they walked out the door.
Yeah.
And this was a game I had no expectations on, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about it. So if that sounds like something you might want to play, then just keep watching.
That's not a hat, is what you'd probably say if somebody handed you something that you were pretty sure was not a hat. That is because this is partially a memory game, partially a bluffing game. So you have these cards. Everyone's going to start with a face-up card that has a sketch of some object on it. Could be a duck, could be a xylophone, could be toothpaste, I don't know. Lots of random things. They're really cute sketches. Mm-hmm. But anyway, basically, once the game starts, those are gradually all going to get turned face down. Now, they have an arrow on them that indicates the direction that card gets passed when it is at the bottom of your stack. Mm-hmm. So basically, if somebody hands you a card and says, hey, I got a nice wagon for you, you have to decide in that moment, is this truly a wagon, or are they telling me false lies?
Yeah.
So I will say, sure, thanks. Sounds like a nice wagon, and I'll put it at the top of my stack. Then I'll take the oldest card from the bottom of my stack, and depending on which direction it says, I will pass it to that player. And I'll say, hey, I got a nice frog for you. And they'll either choose to accept it or decline it. If they do not believe that I've passed them a frog, they'll go, that's not a frog. They'll flip the card over, at which point, if it's a frog, they will take a penalty point for being wrong. If it is not a frog, I will take a penalty point for trying to pass this off as a frog when it was not.
Yeah.
The game ends when someone gets 3 penalty points, and the players with the least amount of penalty points are the winners.
Yeah. So this game, it's very interesting because when you just learn the rules, it's just like the game where you put the ball under the cups, and you move them around. You have to find which way it went. And so in theory, it sounds simple, but you quickly find that your brain turns onto full-on mush when those cards start going around the circle. And he says, like, catching people on a lie. Most of the time, they're not lying. They just have no idea what's under. They genuinely think. Sometimes they genuinely think that's what it is, and you're like, I know that's not what it is. And sometimes they are just picking a random object that they think they saw at one point and being like, yep, that's
the
it.
Funniest part is when they pick a random object and it actually turns out that that's what it was.
Yes, and when you know that they don't know what it is and they just chose one, and you're so confident, you're like, you're wrong. Oh man, it's so funny how many times that happens. It makes me think, like, do they subconsciously actually know what it is? I don't know.
It's either that or they're like, I'm pretty sure there was an anchor somewhere in here.
Yeah.
Now, there are a couple things that make it a little bit easier, such as the cards will either say right or left. So you know, okay, I remember the spoon was going to the left. It was going clockwise or counterclockwise. And I know that the wagon was going to the right. It also, half the cards are white and half the cards are black. Mm-hmm. Now, you could mix up the game by like just using one color and make it really difficult on yourself. But I like knowing, okay, the spoon was the black arrow going clockwise, and you use that as like little tricks to remember which cards are which.
I'm sure if you're someone that's really good at counting cards, you would probably have an advantage in this game, but it does, with the new cards coming out, when someone gets it wrong, really kind of throws your brain for a loop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoy this game. So it plays from 3 to 8 players. It does get more difficult as you play with more players. We actually put it to the max and played at 8. We put in a lot of player counts at this point because we've been showing this game to everybody. And that was was hard.
I'm still not sure if I think 3 or 8 was harder though, because when it's at 3, you get challenged every 10 seconds.
That's
it's like
true.
A card comes back to you, and like I've lost track of what everything was. But at 8, there's way more cards. But I try to just I trust people, like 2 people out, so I have like a buffer of like 2 people, and if they agree that it was a frog, then it was probably a frog, and by the time it gets to me, I just have to like trust it. So
interesting.
I try to only keep like knowledge of the people directly around me.
I kind of agree with that, and you have way more chances of getting out when it's just the 3 of you, because we did see it when it was in 8 players with those arrows. Sometimes it would go back and forth between the same person, between the same 3 people for a couple of times. But regardless of which player count you played at, this is, like we said at the beginning, a hit for everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to be honest, I had no expectations of this game. I got this game came in a bundle, which we'll be talking about.
With the Pinata Blast and Villains card game.
Villains card game.
Yeah, we covered Villains card game already.
Yes. Yeah. And so I was like, that's a cute name, but 0 thoughts on it. And then this has been the surprise hit that everyone has been buying this.
Oh yeah. If we took like everyone we played it with and then everyone they played it with, I'm pretty sure like at least 25 people have bought this game at this point.
Yeah, I should have an affiliate code on them. No, I'm just kidding. But it's just like really exciting to see like a surprise game. It's like a really like, and everyone's been loving this party game.
It's a good one.
I guarantee that you guys will like it and you'll keep wanting to play it and you'll be saying, "That's not a hat," very, very quickly. So that is a quick review over this short, cute card game. Go ahead and you can check it out down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know whenever we put out a new video. And we'll see you next time.
Happy playing.
I'm gonna make a call. That's a toothbrush? No.
It's not a toothbrush, it's lipstick.
That is lipstick! You!
No, I don't.
No, you see.
Game's
Game over.
It's game over.